Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here. Today is Tuesday, February 2nd, 10:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you know, we stream live each and every day to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about all things network marketing, the good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly. As you know, we touch on subject matter no one else will touch on. Today's subject matter of fact, is going to be this. Podcast number 123, the next 90 days. The next 90 days. Guys, this business works in thirds. If you're not sure what we mean by the next 90 days and you need to understand the impact the next 90 days will have on your business and your success, then you do not want to miss today's episode as we take a deep dive into this subject matter. If you don't mind, as always, we need your help getting the word out about our podcast and our social media platforms and our message so that we can help our fellow network marketers all across the globe. If you will, use hashtag the MLM solution to spread the word about what we're doing. And also, if you will, hit the share button, the like button, and all of that on our social media platforms. With that being said, we'll be live here very shortly. Talk to you in a moment.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. Hello.
Good morning, Rob. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. A little cold. It's we had some wintry weather last night.
Nice.
And it's cold this morning. So I'm wearing a undershirt under this, and I'm a little warmer now. So there we go.
All right. Well, it is Tuesday, 2221. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a number nerd, a word nerd. Well, I guess I'm probably just a nerd in general. So the whole two thing today is just kind of freaking me out. It's kind of fun.
Well, I'm glad you found it fun.
I don't know. I'm not normal. Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that whatever you are. So it's enjoyable and fun, and I'm so glad that you're a part of my daily life. And
yes, I'm sure my admitting I'm not normal doesn't come as a surprise to you, and you're probably like, oh, she finally recognizes it.
Well, I think one of the things that endeared us to each other back then is that we both recognized we weren't normal. Okay, so
I don't know. I would say most people who engage in the network marketing industry are not quote unquote normal. And I mean that in a good way.
Yes, I
because
agree.
It takes a special individual to want to pursue owning their own business, being motivated, going after their hopes and their dreams, and not letting anybody else and their nonsense, oh, it's a scam, get in their head, get in their way. So, kudos to all of you who are out there working the business. Keep it up.
Absolutely. As I look back, Miss Marie, it was a scary thing to do. I mean, you're out there by yourself. You're wearing your emotions on your sleeve. For a lot of people, it's the first time they actually are sticking themselves out there for the world to see, to be open for rejection from other adults. It is a scary thing at the expense of maybe scaring some people away. It can be one of the scariest things, but also one of the most rewarding things that you'll ever do. Was I scared and nervous? I think a little bit. I think I was too stupid to realize how nervous I was supposed to be. I found it fun and exciting and intriguing. But I mean, everybody has a little bit of nerves, and I'm sure I did too. I think I remember that I had a little bit. But for the most part, I think I was really looking forward to it. So There you go.
Well, and it was a novel concept when we got involved too, right? So it was not unusual for us to run into people that were like, "What is this multi-level marketing?
Yeah.
What is this MLM? Is that legal?" I mean, it was a legit question at one time,
Sure.
right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was a whole court proceeding thing that Amway went through that really legitimized the industry, legalized it. And there was some question for a while. Is it going to be legitimate? Is it going to be allowed to continue? Will people be able to continue pursuing this type of
Yes.
path for their business? So it's a little bit more unusual today, I think, to run into people who haven't been exposed to multi-level marketing, network marketing, at least familiar with the concept, if they haven't even dabbled in it already or know somebody who has.
That's right.
So it's a little bit of a different environment today. Not to say it's any less scary or intimidating. It still can be very much, which is why there's that whole personal growth aspect to the industry as well, because you really, it takes a different skill set than
It
what
does.
typically taught is, what you need to succeed in the business world.
Right. I agree.
So
Well said. And very good points. I agree with all of that. Guys, today we got a very important subject, the next 90 days. We always talk about a third, a third, a third. We talk about business working in thirds, which means in quarters. There's so many unique numerical things about this business. As I told you, I'm not into numerology. I have nothing against it. I'm just, not into it. I love numbers because numbers are attached to money, and money gets me excited. But also, guess what? Numbers are attached to my age. That does not get me excited. So there's a goodness, a bad, like anything, a yin and a yang for all things, right? And numbers that we're going to be talking about today are all good if you use them correctly. We always try to preface our numbers when we talk about numbers in network marketing. We try to preface it with the fact that you have to work with the numbers. They're going to do what they're going to do. We always talk about that. Okay. And there's a yin and a yang for sure when it comes to numbers. Here's a document that will help you understand the numbers in network marketing. Okay. And they have a profound effect on what you will achieve or not achieve in this business. And we talk about right there, if you look at it, it says learn the critical numbers that make network marketing work and how you can harness their incredible power. There's nothing more that needs to be said about that document. And you can go to our website and type in, what's the title of that? It's a numbers game. And it comes with one video, one audio, and the ebook. I highly encourage you to go there and get that. That being said, while you're there, go ahead and get your free gifts. They are free, 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 and free. These are the free gifts we talk about all the time. The 4 critical mistakes, the 5 simple steps to networking success, and finally, the 0 to networking hero. They all go together, form a wonderful package you cannot get anyplace else. They are free. Just click on the link and download these while you can. They are going to go away this week. There is no doubt about it. There are changes coming. And by the end of this week, these will not be available in this combination. I'm sure we'll bring them back sometime in the near future as a group because they go so well together. But we have other things we need to get out to you guys. So we are going to be changing this very shortly. Do not miss out on it. All right. And we're going to be talking about the reason I brought up the numbers thing is because we're going to be talking about numbers. Okay. And it's a lot. And I wanted you guys to know that this document is available so that you can go and get that. And if you will, come back and listen to this episode when you read that and listen to the audio and watch the video. It will really broaden your understanding of the business and the numbers, the impact the numbers will have, not only on your business, but your success ultimately. So with that being said, Miss Marie, the next 90 days, we always talk about the 90-day mini blast. That's the very first thing. Look, there's 5 phases, and we're doing things a little bit differently this year. And here's the look. There's 4 phases. This is a book, okay, and it's talking about the 4-phase process to maximizing a network marketing opportunity. Okay, now There's actually 5, and this is not to contradict the book. There's 4 phases in the business building process. The 5th one is you being the legendary figurehead of a large organization. So it really doesn't apply because it's not a business building process. It is literally the icing on the cake. So with that being said, what we're talking about here is the 4 phases. Look, phase 1 is the initial 90-day mini blast. Okay. Look, Miss Marie and I totally believe that you got to do a 90-day mini blast. I don't know any other way around it, Miss Marie. You're going to become a grinder. And we all know that grinders have very little chances of success. Okay. The reason the 90-day mini blast is so important, guys, is because the only way for your business to gain traction, and traction means to start climbing that exponential growth curve. Okay. The only way that can happen is if you create speed and urgency in your business. That is the only way. And how do you create speed and urgency? By doing the 5 simple steps over and over and over. Because step number 5 in the 5 simple steps is repeat steps 1 through 4. And you got to go through those 4 steps as quickly as possible, as often as possible, each and every day. And then when you do, you'll start working the numbers. And the quicker you work the numbers, the quicker you're going to find the people that are 5 and above on that scale of ambition. And the more of those people you sponsor in your business, the quicker you're going to have an army that's just like you out there doing the same thing. What? The 5 simple steps as quick as possible. Okay. You've taught them, hey, you've got to sponsor people. You got to go through the people as quick as possible. Find your leaders. You'll find them on the scale of ambition, 5 and above. Sponsor as many of those people as you can and identify your leaders and work with them. Guys, that's the process. Okay. So the thing is that it's very simple process, but the first phase is the 90-day mini blast. That's what starts the whole thing. I don't know any other way around it. Do you, Miss Marie?
I don't. I don't.
So there you go. So the bottom line is that when you do your 90-day mini blast, you think, okay, well, that's the 90 days. No, that's not what we're talking about. That is literally laying the foundation. You say, well, what are you talking about? Guys, during your 90 days, your goal is to sponsor as many people as quickly as you can. You know, we always tell you, which is imperative to your success in the 90-day mini blast. We have a package, a document package, a very short, but very pointed and very concise document you need to fill out before you start your 90-day mini blast. And what it is, it's a 90-day goal sheet. Okay. And it says on there how many leaders you want to have in your business at the end of 90 days, how much volume you want to create by the end of your 90 days, how many people you want to sponsor by the end of the 90 days, how much money you want to be making. All of this has to be crystal clear. You have to know what you're shooting for so that you can go out there. And when you see those goals, you say, oh my gosh, if I'm going to accomplish this, I got to get my butt in gear now. And that will create internally, that will naturally create the sense of urgency that you need to get your butt out there and start going through the people, start looking for those people and sponsoring people. Because you say, okay, I want to sponsor 60 people in 90 days. That's on your goal sheet. If you're going to do that, guess what? You've got to get your butt in gear now. And that naturally and instinctively creates the speed and urgency. In order for you to sponsor 60 people in 90 days, you're going to have to get your butt in gear. Think about how many people you're going to have to talk to on a monthly basis to get 60 people signed up. Okay. And if you do the music to the ears message correctly and you focus in on 5 people on the scale 5 and above on the scale of ambition, you'll be amazed at how you will have a realistic chance of sponsoring 60 people in 90 days. Now that's 60. The number 60 is not a barometer for you to use. You can, I've done it, but I only use that as an example. Okay. Everybody's going to be different. You set up the number that you feel comfortable with, but it's got to be a number that's going to stretch you. It can't be 20 people in 90 days. That's not going to work. Miss Marie, a third working on 20 is not going to work, is it?
Not very well. No.
It's not. I can promise you guys that's not going to work unless you just get so lucky that you sponsor the next king of network marketing, where he just creates $1 bazillion in your business. And even then, if you only sponsor 20 people, chances are you're not going to qualify for a large portion of that gazillion he's going to create. So with that being said, guys, the bottom line is the first 90 days is all about the 90-day mini blast. And the 90-day mini blast is setting the foundation. And what I mean by setting the foundation, it's setting your habits. It's finding your people, sponsoring those 60 people. The 60 people make up your foundation unto which you're going to start your exponential growth out of. And I'll tell you that in a minute. But you got to realize that laying the foundation is setting up the habits that you're going to develop, that habits that are necessary for you to be successful in this business. Time management, organizational skills, commitment, dedication, those are all intangibles that you're going to develop during this 90-day mini blast if you're serious about it. And it's going to take all of those, Miss Marie, to have a chance to achieve those goals on the 90-day sheet that they sit down, right?
Yep, absolutely. And that's why you want those stretch goals as well.
Yes. And we've done episodes in every one of those: time management, organizational skills. Why did we do that? Because we understand the importance those things have in your 90-day mini blast, okay? And ultimately your success. So with that being said, guys, what we're telling you is that the initial 90 days is setting the foundation, the business foundation, which is the people. That is your foundation. Unto those people is where your volume is going to come from, where your paychecks are going to come from, and where ultimately your success is going to come from. That is your foundation, okay? That's the reason why you got to stretch yourself when you fill out that 90-day goal sheet. And Miss Marie, we'll do an episode. I'll do a training video. Maybe we'll do a special, but I'll do a training video on how to fill out those forms. I mean, we have it in the members area, but maybe we can do one that we can kind of give away free without giving away the house. What do you think? Well, I mean, it gives them an insight.
Do there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it gives them an insight, right, into what the power of it and how it correlates. So with that being said, guys, here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to talk about the next 90 days. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what do you mean the next 90 days? Look, we're in 2021. January's already gone. February is here. So the first 3 months of this year is January, February, March. If you were to start a new business in this industry, January 1st of 2021, you have until March the 31st, which would be basically your 90 days. I mean, give or take a few days, but you get the idea. That would be my 90-day mini blast. My goal during that 90-day mini blast is to meet or exceed the goals that I put on my 90-day goal sheet, okay? And I want to work my tail end off doing it, just putting my head down, doing the 5 simple steps, using the scale of ambition, the threshold of profitability, et cetera, and I'm going, all right? And I'm running for those goals, because at the end of the 90 days, my focus shifts completely, okay? Now, can the 90-day mini blast go 95 days? Yes. Can the 90-day mini blast go 98 days, maybe 100 days? Yes. Has a lot to do with how close you are to your goals. You determine that, okay? There's been times where I've done close to 90 days, like I stopped at 88 because I met my goals, okay? Or I wanted to exceed those goals, okay? It's a case-by-case basis is the best way to put it. You're going to determine, look, here's what I say, and this is what I told myself and what I learned. If I'm on a roll, Miss Marie, and I've got a lot of good people in the pipeline, and I'm up on my 100-day, I'm going and finishing off those people. If I feel really good about the next 10 people that I have that are on the hook, I won't talk to anybody else, but I'll finish off those 10. Well, that may take me another 10 days, and I'm not going to beat myself up. So now I ended up being 100 days instead of 90 days. Guys, it doesn't matter. I just want to make that clear, okay? Your goal is 90 days. If you exceed it a little bit, you fall short of it a little bit, but you still or meet or exceed your goals, good. All right, so that being said, once you stop the sponsoring process, okay, you now go into the identify, work with leaders process, okay? And you might say to yourself, well, Rob, why don't you continue to recruit people and while you're identifying and working with your leaders? Guys, if you can do that, kudos to you. I want to tell you something. If you have a family, if you have a job, finding the time to do that effectively it's almost unheard of. It's too much stress. It's too much time. There's just not enough time in the day to do all that, especially if you have a family and you have little ones. Look, Miss Marie and I talk about balance. You got to have balance. If you're going to be successful in this business, you got to set the example for other people. You might be superhuman and capable of pulling that off, but you know what? 99.9% of the people in your downline are not going to be able to do that. Don't set that kind of example and that kind of expectation of your people. Be normal. There's nothing wrong with being normal. Normal just means have a balanced life. That's all. All right. And if you have the balanced life, other people are going to look at that and they're going to say, man, that's what I want. Okay. They don't want to look and see how many hours you're putting in. They're saying to themselves, there's no way. If that's what it takes, I am not doing that. You'll actually push people away if you have that kind of crazy schedule. Right, Miss Marie?
Yeah. And that's one of those things. Keep in mind, everything in your business is going to duplicate the good and the bad. And if you are a workaholic and you are working a ridiculous number of hours in order to achieve your success, people are going to see that and think that's exactly what they have to do to achieve success as well. And most people don't want to do that.
You're talking about attrition problems.
Yeah.
And what we talked about yesterday, guys, it is the wrong example to set. Okay. Have a balance. If you're a type A person and you're a workaholic, as she said, somehow, some way, please take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit and set a proper example where you have a wonderful life where they say, that's what I want. All right. That being said, so let's just say that it takes you 100 days to achieve your 90-day goals on your sheet. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Don't beat yourself up. That's when the next 90 days start. The next 90 days are phase 2. You just did phase 1, which is the business building process, literally. Okay. The 5 simple steps, the scale of ambition, blah, blah, blah. All right. Phase 2 is the most important. And you say, why, Rob? Look, this is all about leaders, this business. And you say, what do you mean? You always say, talk about the back end. It's all in the back end. Yes, the money's all in the back end. There's no doubt. And what does that mean? Auto ship. The more people you have on auto ship, the bigger your business is going to be, the more money you're going to make. And he who has the most auto ships wins. That's the bottom line. Okay, is when it comes to money. But here's the thing. The essence of the business is to find leaders and have as many leaders in your business as possible. And you say, well, why? How does that correlate to the back end, the volume, the money? Because without leaders, you have no stability, you have no continuous growth, you have no volume creation, you have no pin rank advancement, nothing. Without leaders, you have nothing. You have to duplicate yourself. And in order to do that, you have to find people just like yourself, people that are used to setting goals and going after them. They're committed, they're dedicated, they're not afraid of success, they're not afraid of failure, they're not afraid of rejection. They're going to go out there, they're going to do it, they're going to go after the goals, they're going to go after the dreams. Whether Rob or Marie does it or not, doesn't matter, they're going to do it themselves. Okay? That's what you're looking for. The more people you have in your business like that, the bigger your business is going to be, the more profitable it's going to be, the more stable it's going to be. It's going to be the envy of all of your peers because people dream of having that kind of business. And it's all about the leaders. And Miss Marie, we did that episode on driving legs down to 3 leaders. Remember, you got to get that leg 3 leaders deep, at least, in order to have stability. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to that episode. Okay? But the point is, it all starts what? With these leaders. And where do you find these leaders? In your second 90-day period. The second 90 days does not mean a 90-day mini blast. Here's what it means. You identify the leaders that are showing themselves in your 90-day mini blast. When you sponsor these people, some people will start working right away in January. Another group will come on strong in February. Another group will come on strong in March. It's very rare that all of them come on board or come on strong all at the same time. It just doesn't happen that way. As you are sponsoring people, everybody's growing at different rates. Your goal is to assemble a group of 60 high-level achievers in your business over a 90-day period, and then let the chips fall where they may. Okay. And as we said, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Well, 1/3 of 60 is 18. So basically what it says, over the January, February, March time period, you'll have 18 people that will stand up and do something really strong in April, May, and June. Okay. And also in April, May, and June, you'll have a second third of those people. In other words, another maybe 18. It could be 12, it could be 10, it could be 18 again. That'll also come on in a later time period during that March, April, May 90-day period. Okay. In other words, people, if I was going to do it on a scale, you have your first third here that are performing at this level, and the second third is right here. But they're coming on, but they're down here. It doesn't mean they're inferior. What it means is that they just haven't caught up. Okay. They're still learning the business. They're still sponsoring people that may not be 5 and above on that scale of ambition. They're getting their feet under them, and they just haven't caught on as quick, or they had some other things going on in their life. It doesn't matter. The point is you have this wave, one wave after the other that's coming on, and that's what you want. During that March, April, May time period, no, wait a minute, April, May, June, I'm sorry. It's April, May, and June. During this 90 days that we're talking about right there in the ticker is when you work with these leaders. Okay, you identify them in your back office. We did an episode on that. When they identify themselves through their pin rank of answer, their volume creation, the number of people they're sponsoring on a consistent basis. That's how you identify your leaders. We also talked about how to work with these leaders. I'm not going to get into all this. I'm trying to hurry up, Miss Marie, so you can put your 2 cents in here. But here's the thing. You have to be able to identify these people and get with Miss Marie, who's a rising star, and say, Miss Marie, would you like for me to check with you each and every week? She'll either say yes or no. If she says yes, she'll give me a time frame. I want you to get with me once a week or twice a week. I want you to get with me on Wednesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Okay, she'll let me know. Okay, why do I bring that up? Because look, this right here, the next 90 days is all about identifying and working with your leaders. This is where I develop my bond with Miss Marie, where my attrition level will not go up. In other words, Miss Marie likes me as a person. She likes the fact that I respected her space. She likes the fact that I'm professional when I get with her. I don't keep her on the phone. We deal with the issues. We may house a family type thing just real quick, but more times than not, we just, bam, we get on there. And you don't have to be cold. You don't have to be sterile, but you just have to be moderate with dealing with Miss Marie, because she's a busy person. She's a doctor. She's a dentist. Whatever. She's got a busy schedule. She does not have time to be on the phone for an hour with somebody. Okay. She's a very, how would you say, to the point type person, not in a rude way, but just, hey, I don't have time. Family's fine. Everybody's doing good. How's your family? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now let's get down to business. That's typically how a person of that nature operates. The point is, she respects the fact that we have this kind of relationship. She respects my knowledge. She respects my leadership. She sees the lifestyle I have. She sees that I stand up and I do what I say. She sees that I'm going places. In other words, there's a lot of positives going on here. My chances of losing Marie to another business or whatever is going to be pretty slim, because she's on a roll. Okay. And she wants to see her goals achieved. She's not going to look at another company. She's not going to go anyplace else, because in her mind, she's a smart person. And at night, when everything's calm, she evaluates what she has. She says, I got it good. You know what? I'm going to ride this out. I'm going to make as much money as I can. Then we'll see what happens. Okay. I keep somebody like that in my business because I respected her position. And then it all started with this next 90 days, meaning after my 100 days where I had sponsored my 60 people, I started working with my leaders. And that whole scenario I just went through on getting with her, when do you want me to get with you, all this and that, that's building that bond, that's building that relationship, that's also elevating her, because she wants what I have, the lifestyle, the money, and she knows that I know how to do it because I'm doing it, and she can see it, okay? I got to do that with as many leaders like Marie over this 90-day period, which is April, May, and June, as possible. Why? Because this is where the exponential growth, remember, we set the foundation in the first 90 days. And now I'm working with the leaders, my business starts going like this. The volume starts going up, pin rank and my downlines busting out everywhere. My volume's on a consistent rise. My pin rank is going up. My pay is going up every month. Why? Because I identified the leaders that identified themselves through their work ethic and results. And I identified those people, established a relationship with all of those people, and I've been working with them. Marie says, Rob, will you do a Zoom call? I got 20 people on that Zoom call. Yes, I will, Marie. Rob, will you come to Pennsylvania? I've got 100 people coming on Friday and Saturday. Yes, I will, Marie. You see what I'm saying, guys? Whatever she needs, I'm going to be with her until she says, Rob, I'm done. I got it. I can host my own meetings now. I see how you do it. I know what I need to do. You know what? I'll have you in as a guest appearance, guest speaker every once in a while, which is great because when I come in, I'm now the legendary figure and I throw gas on her fire that she's built, okay, with my presence. And she'll say, guess what, guys, next week Rob's coming and this is what he's achieved. And everybody's like, oh, wow, man, we've heard about Rob. Yeah, we've seen this, we've seen that. That's awesome. Man, I'd love to meet him. And then the next thing you know, I come in and now she's got 200 people instead of 100 people because Rob came in. Now, I'm not tooting my horn. What I'm saying is that's the way it works, right, Miss Marie?
Yeah.
That's the way it works. And Miss Marie is leveraging what? My reputation, my results. And I've told you guys in past episodes when I join a new company, why do I hunt down the highest producer? Guess what? It's right there. Okay, I can leverage the results, their lifestyle, everything, their reputation. That's what she's doing for her own benefit. I'm just a tool for her. Okay, and I go and I play the role. I do what I'm supposed to do. It's not a game, but I know why I'm there. I know what we're doing. Okay, it's to help her out. It's to help her grow. And her goal is from one meeting to another when she has them to have more and more people there. All right. So, Miss Marie, I know I took a long time, but I had to get that out and lay everything out, and then we'll finish off the 90 days here in a minute. But did I make it clear?
Yeah, I think that's a great illustration of what you're doing with that second set of 90 days after you finish your 90-day mini blast. And the thing to keep in mind is you have these 90-day time frames that are kind of overlapping a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So you finished your 90-day mini blast and you're identifying your leaders and you're starting to work with them. Well, they're in the midst of their 90-day mini blast somewhere or coming towards the end of it, which is showing them to be the leader. So again, you're kind of creating that duplication and that training of the next step of what they're going to be doing with their people.
There it is.
So you see how that path is kind of overlapping and moving forward and being illustrated through how you are interacting with your leaders and just dropping hints to them. It's like, hey, I was in the back office. I have noticed for the past 3 weeks, you've been signing up at least 2 or 3 people every week. You're on a great roll. Great job. Keep it up. Offer support. Do they have any questions? Can you host a conference call for them? Can you, take a problem child off their plate for them maybe? I mean, you just never know what oddities may crop up as well. And this is where you really get to know in a little bit more detail your leaders' goals and aspirations, what they're really after for this business.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one thing to have a conversation with a business partner that you're signing up, what they want to achieve in this business. It's another thing to have someone who's actually taking those consistent and correct business building activity steps and creating momentum for themselves and starting to grow. That's worth a little bit of a deeper dive of what their goals are and how you can help them achieve those.
Right. Exactly. And guys, and she said some really important stuff there. If you missed it, please go back and rewind it and listen to that, because she did, man. She said some powerful stuff, especially at the beginning of her statements there. Look, without beating this horse to death here, the next 90 days is really what caps off your 90-day mini blast. The whole reason you do the 90-day mini blast is to find leaders. You're sifting through people. When you sponsor those 60 people in your phase 1 initial 90-day mini blast, the whole reason you're going through those 60 people is to sift through them to see who is, in fact, your leaders. And as Miss Marie said, everything you do is duplicatable. Look, if you use our 5 simple steps to networking success, business building system, guys, it's the simplest, most straightforward, most powerful system. It's so easy that you can train your new people within a couple of days, no longer than 24 hours. Okay. The most difficult thing about it is the music to the ears message. All right. And which we talk about in other episodes, so go back and listen to that. But the point is that it's so simple that you can get your people trained right away and you can teach them how to get their first check. You can actually show them a roadmap with our system on getting their first check. You say, well, why is that so important? I'm not backtracking to the 90-day mini blast. What I'm doing is showing you that duplication is absolutely essential to get to the next 90-day level. Okay, when you get your 90-day mini blast over with and you've done the proper steps in order, the way they're supposed to, consistent, correct business building activity. Keyword there, 2 keywords, consistent and correct. 2 of the biggest keywords you're going to hear out of our mouths. If you do that, good duplication will take place, meaning when you get to your next 90 days, you're going to have a plethora of leaders at different levels. And as Miss Marie said a moment ago, guys, over the corresponding year, if you have done things the right way, you will have one wave after another of leaders that are reaching new volume levels and new pin ranks, and your paycheck will go up month after month after month. You will be blown away at the results. But it all starts with the initial phase 1 90-day mini blast, and then followed up by an effective and properly run, and just as important, phase 2, 90 days of working or identifying and working with your leaders. Those 2 put together could send your business to incredible heights. And then the phase 3, which we won't get into, is another 90-day mini blast where you may find that you don't want to do another 90-day mini blast. You might say, I'm happy right where I am. Or you can say, hey, I'm going to do this next one, and I'm really going to maximize this financial opportunity that's at my feet. But that's for the discussion for another day. But the point is, this next 90 days, which is the 90 days that follow your initial 90-day mini blast, is literally what determines how much money you make and what kind of lifestyle you're going to have with this company and with this business model. Would you say that's correct, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Did I make it clear that did I confuse anybody, Miss Marie, or do you? Because I know you're a great barometer, a great judge.
I think it's as clear as mud. No, I'm not sure how to say it much more clearly at this point. I think we've laid this out pretty well that folks are going to pick it up and understand. But of course, people, you always have the option. Drop us a comment. Let us know.
Yeah.
Contact us through our website, themlmsolution.net.
Mm-hmm.
If you do have a question, if something hasn't been clear to you, or if we've touched on a topic and you're like, wait a minute, I want to know more about that. I looked for an episode about that. It's not there. What about X?
Yeah.
This is where we get some of our ideas for some of the episodes that we do. So by all means, please drop us a line. Let us know. Specifically, you can use that feedback form at themlmsolution.net/survey. Yep. And even though it says survey, it's not that as much as it is a kind of an all-purpose contact form. So feel free to use that. And of course, you can find us across all of our social media platforms using hashtag #TheMLMSolution. While you're there, give us a thumbs up. If you like what you hear, you understand the points we're making, we love to hear that. If you had an aha moment that you'd like to share with us, we'd love to hear that too. And of course, like, comment, and share across our various social media platforms. If you're getting value from this, the rest of your team will, as well as other participants in the network marketing industry. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can register for notifications there. You click on that bell twice. You'll get notification when we upload new content. So you'll always be on top of what's new and exciting in the MLM solution realm.
Where you go, man. I tell you what, well done, Miss Marie. Well done. Guys, tomorrow we're going to be talking about tomorrow's subject, the rest of your organization. It's going to be a very interesting topic, the rest of your organization. You say, well, what in the world are you talking about? Isn't your organization as a whole? Well, not necessarily. There's certain parts that you pay attention to. There's other parts you don't worry yourself over because it is what it is. Okay. And also at the same time, you got to have a healthy respect for another part of your organization because it can make up a huge part of your volume and your income. And we'll be talking about all that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's actually going to complement today's episode, right? We always focus very much on the 90-day mini blast. And today we're talking about the next 90 days, right? What you're doing there. And the rest of your organization, similarly, today we focused on it a lot, right? That's the next 90 days you're working with your leaders. We talk about that often, focusing on your leaders, helping your leaders develop. Well, what about the rest of your organization? So join us 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow and you'll find out.
That's right. And don't forget this, guys, real quick, the MLMsolution.net. Go there and get your free gifts. As I told you, Monday and yesterday, got ahead of myself here. I'm getting lost. As I told you, this is going to be changing very shortly. So don't miss out. This is a wonderful combination. Get all three while you can. One video, one audio, one ebook. And you're not going to get this information anyplace else. You want to become a focused business building machine? Do you want to have a legitimate and realistic chance of achieving great things in this business model? Guys, you got to have the proper knowledge. You can start right here. No one offers what we offer. And our knowledge, as you know, is based in the fundamental principles of this industry. No fluff, no bull crap, all straightforward, simple, easy to read, easy to understand, and more importantly, easy to do information that will get you great results. Well, Miss Marie, with that, I think we're ready to go. What do you think?
I think that sounds great. I'm looking forward to 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow when we'll be talking about the rest of your organization.
That's right, guys. Take care. God bless. We shall see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, themlmsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.